Hi there. As you can see from the start of this video, you know that again this is going to be a talk about spiritual awakening, about why it's important, about where it leads to, and ultimately it leads to this Nirvana, which is achieved when you let go of all ego desires and all ideas of right and wrong. And it's these things that hold a person back from entering Nirvana and becoming that. You see, you know, people in general are programmed, and the programming, you know, I talk a lot about this, it starts from when you're born. You know, as soon as you're born to the world, your parents are telling you the way the world is, your school, you got everything around you. So by the time you're an adult, you're completely brainwashed. And this is designed, the whole idea is to stop people reaching ascension and awakening and nirvana. Because a being that is like that is you know, ascending, and ascension and evolvement is not what the system wants. You know, if you observe the system in general, it's a very needy, insecure system. It has this thing about controlling people, and you think to yourself, well, the system must feel quite delicate to want to do that. You know, anyone that wants to control someone else must be very weak-minded, you know, to feel the need to do that. To have the desire to control another person means that you've got some weakness within you that needs healed. You know, and this is what holds someone back from reaching nirvana and reaching heaven. Because heaven is nirvana, and heaven is just a state of awareness. You see? And in death, all that happens in death is you don't become an angel. When you become a spirit, you basically become like whatever your energy is. And in the spirit world, people can cure like a broken leg or something that's missing from them, like an arm that's missing or something, because it's like lucid dreaming. Because all reality is a dream. It's just that this reality seems more real to us, but it seems real because of limitation, and limitation is how you grow. But like I say, you know, it's all to do with how you live on earth, and that, you know, it's all to do with your awareness, and your awareness is formed by your perceptions. And like I said earlier in the video, this is how people are kept away from nirvana. You reach nirvana, like I say, from understanding, you know, letting go of left or right. And as you're doing this, as you're getting rid of the ego, because you realize it doesn't exist, you're getting rid of the idea of self. You're getting an idea of any left or right or wrong, and then you're entering a state of wholeness within, because you know it's all perfect. You know that it's only your ideas that have been formed that are in fact making you think that things are not perfect. And as you're doing this more and more, this is how you enter nirvana. You know, and this is how you induce MDMA type feelings with naturally, which is nirvana. By simply practicing stillness, by practicing with your ego and working and realizing when you feel that trigger, that is within you that is doing that. And as you're healing this more and more, you'll react to things less and less. You know, but like I say, it's narcissism and neediness which produces narcissism holds people back from ascension. Your energy system within you, your chakras, they awaken themselves when you are more centered, right? That's how they awaken themselves. You can do all the You can listen to chakra music, you can go to chakra meditation, but it's how you perceive things that is really going to determine whether your energy's chakras open or not. So it's all to do with your perceptions. And that's why it's so important. That's why you need that spiritual awakening. Because the spiritual awakening bursts the perceptual illusion. And you realize that you are seeing from a tiny, tiny perspective. And that there are infinite ways to look at something. You know, everything is so vast and infinite and limitless. But a person's programmed to look from a tiny angle to keep them away from ascension and enlightenment and nirvana. That's why alcohol that makes people violent and crazy is legal, and MDMA that makes people all loved up is illegal. Because they don't want love. Loved upness is the quickest way to ascension. The quickest way to ascension is to feel loved up and feel love within you. Because through this you develop self-love, and then you want to love other people. Loving other people then is no longer a chore. It's something that you want to give. Because real love is a love of giving and not receiving. This is how you love externally, properly, unconditionally. So to do this, you have to go within. You have to start, loving yourself, and then that manifests in really giving external love, but because you want to, not because you feel pressure to do so. And as you're doing this more and more, this is how you get to this state of nirvana. It's all about letting go of all inhibitions, of ideas of what the world is telling you should be, because it's all an illusion. It's all basically the ego forms its ideas based on the information it receives, and then it attaches itself to these ideas. But all ideas are made up by someone else. Like the quote Steve Jobs said, and that everything's made up by people who are no more smarter than you. But the problem comes when you repeat it, because whatever you repeat, you become that information. You have to be very careful with your words and what messages you're giving yourself and what messages you're downloading to your psyche. Because your psyche is your subconscious mind. And that your subconscious manifests your whole reality and experience. Ask any psychologist and they'll tell you this is true. But practicing this presence and letting go of these ego illusions, that is how you enter nirvana. And to get the spiritual awakening, it's a case of understanding all is within you. As you're noticing that all around you is the same one thing, as you're looking at all as it's your reflections, you awaken spiritually more and more all the time. Because awakening in itself is a state of awareness. For me, I had an unexpected spiritual awakening. But it was unexpected because I had enough. I sat down one day and had enough. And that when you have enough, I realize now that that's when you wake up. And then when you wake up, you're living with knowing and not believing, with clarity, and that's how you tap into all this insightful knowledge. And then that's the road to absolute pleasure and heaven and nirvana. And that is what leads to abundance, a state of attracting infinite abundance, because you're so happy within yourself. You're so in love and at peace and euphoric within yourself. But I'm just going to leave it there. And if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls to divine order and divine timing. Thank you for watching. Thank you.